Agreed. Agreed, guys.
You deserve none of this shit. I know. And, like, all of this basically started because some people didn't like my fucking media opinions. That's where all this fucking started. Because, like, I've been, like, here's the fucking thing. This shit stretches back to fucking Gamergate. I was one of Gamergate's targets.
Oh my lord.
It's just I was one that was less talked about because at the time I only had like 10k subs. I was one of Gamergate's targets. And they spun a whole bunch of nonsense about me. And then when people decide, and then Brittany picked, and then when me and Brittany had a falling out, she picked those up and started pushing them. And then whenever somebody decides they don't like my media opinions, Brittany swoops in to go, here's a whole bunch of other stuff about why Lily's an awful person. And that's been the cycle for a fucking decade!
Jesus Christ.
This is fucking Gamergate shit to a fucking absurd degree. And then Courtney jumps in going, if I swap parts of our lives around and claim I'm the victim where I was really the perpetrator, then it's like, then I can get in on this and get some of that sweet, sweet attention. Because, like, before Courtney jumped into this fucking thing, she had been basically fucking jabbing at our parents for attention for a while. Because Courtney's life is shit. Courtney sabotaged her own fucking life running away with a guy. And I guess she comforted herself in the idea that, like, however bad she was doing, I was probably doing worse. And then she found out I actually run my own business and I'm happily married, and she fucking seethed about it. She tried reaching out to me first. Like, she actually tried reaching out to me at one point. Hang on. I have the thing.
Good life. Mind if I take it from you?
Yeah.
'Bye, Storm.
One second. I just gotta black something out.
Okay.
Oh, I could have just... Wait a minute. The snipping tool lets me do that. Yeah, here it is. It's like, hey, it's Courtney. We need to talk. I can't imagine the fuckers who birthed us are in any way supportive. I'm assuming about me being trans. I blamed you for a lot in our childhood that wasn't actually your fault. I'd like to change that. Text me or call me. And then underneath was her phone number. And this was fucking a week before she started fucking spitting poison at me? I guess she didn't get a response, and then she decided she was gonna fucking lash out. Holy, like... This was Courtney's first fucking appearance in, like, 10 fucking years. Like, if you actually had credible accusations of sexual abuse against someone, you don't fucking do this!
My God. Jesus.
You don't do this against somebody who sexually abused you!
fucking nuts.
This woman is fucking lying. This woman is such a pathological fucking liar. Reaches out, tries to reach out to me, and then a week later starts spinning lies about me.
This is what a fucking cunt.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm done. You know what? Fuck it. I'm done with this. I never raped Courtney. Courtney raped me. When I was 14, she walked into my room one day and said, "Don't resist or I'll tell Dad you raped me." And she has cited that our father would have believed something like that.
God.
The biggest hole in her fucking story has always been and continues to be, let's see if I can find it, that she fucking writes shit like this. She details the extent to which our parents fucking hated me and would believe anything said against me. And then turns around and tries to claim that our parents would do nothing if she was being sexually abused.
Oh my god. This is fucking horrible. Sorry.
Somehow, in Courtney's delusional fucking mind, all of this can be true, and at the same fucking time, because this is her blog, these are her posts, all of this can apparently be true, and yet at the same time, it's like my father would not kick me out at the first accusation of sexual abuse. He kicked my brother out. My brother was kicked out when he was 12 and never came back.
What?
No, Courtney knew this. Courtney knew our father would believe anything that she said. And she specifically used that to blackmail me for a fucking year. Fuck this bitch. I fucking despise this woman. I can't believe I ever felt a shred of pity for her. This psychopath made my life a living fucking hell. I had to go to the hospital because of this cunt. There was a restraining order against all three of them for months. And the one against her was extended for a fucking year. She literally was not allowed to contact me. And now she's running around accusing me of sexual abuse. Fuck you, Courtney. I never talked about I didn't talk about any of this. On the fucking simple basis that I don't believe a 13-year-old is capable of something like that all on their own. There had to have been something else to it. Right, I'm not insane, right? There had to have been something else going on there. But fuck it! I'm done protecting this dumb shit.
So sorry I had to deal with this fucking psycho.
How could she do that to you? That's sociopath. I don't know. Power, I guess? But, you know, she's now calling herself Courtney Orchard, so it stands to reason.
God.
Courtney is not a survivor of sexual abuse or incest. She's the perpetrator of it. Courtney is the root cause of so many of my interpersonal issues growing up. Courtney is the thing I'm healing from. She's a delusional, disgusting creature. Well, somebody straight monster. Yeah.
So.
Courtney is the victim of nothing but her own poor decisions in life. Michaela gives you the biggest hug when she gets home. Well, she's back in Rochester, but... I did actually have the restraining order renewed. She's not allowed to contact me or come within 100 feet of me.
Okay, that's good.
I know she'll probably break it if she ever finds out where I live, but...
Yeah.
See, Courtney always poked this huge fucking hole in her own story because she's so fucking angry, and she's just so bitter and fucking hateful that she tried to paint this idea of me as this frightening predator, as well as feeling the need to talk about how our parents hated me because she felt it would embarrass me and make me look like a loser. But it was always the contradiction. Wait a minute. If they hate her this much, if they believe anything negative said about her, if they were hitting her up until she was like 13, why would they do nothing about sexual abuse? Why is that the line? They kicked your brother out for like getting into fistfights. Why is this the line? And the answer is she's deliberately flipping the victim and the perpetrator around. I still to this day have no idea why she fucking did this. I have no fucking idea. You could sit me down and pick my brain for hours. I don't fucking know. To truly get into the mind of my sister, you have to do something really fucking drastic. Suddenly that I could have told you that kind of story for free joke in the shock value video is a lot less funny now, isn't it? Lola?
Yeah, no, I got it.
This fucking woman. I did everything she wanted.
Just fucking disgusting.
That was the worst year of my life. Because at the time, when all of this started, Courtney was still someone I considered a friend. Hell, in many cases, Courtney was the only friend I had. Because I was bullied a lot at school. And then she turns around and does that. And still to this day, I don't know why. But that was the worst fucking year of my life. I would sooner rip out all of my fingernails than ever allow that woman within 100 feet of me. I would sooner shave my own head than ever be in the same fucking postcode as that thing. That fucking creature.
Exactly.
I was on that fucking creature's leash for a fucking year. And it was a year that I just completely fucking destabilized. everything just got so much worse. To the point that even my parents noticed it. They noticed, I was like, yeah, when you were 14, everything was just a lot worse. My mother knows the truth now. I've told our mother the truth, like, at like fucking 17 years after the fact. Still haven't told my father. Because, granted, he was the cudgel she was able to wield. If his behavior wasn't so predictable and so reliable, she wouldn't have been able to do any of this. But I knew if she said something like this to our father, it would have been, he'd have believed it. He'd have believed it instantly, because he believed everything bad said about me. And like I said, I just got so much worse. I was suspended from schools a lot more. I was going insane. I was going completely fucking insane. To the point that I was having manic episodes at school.
Oh my god.
You alright, Lola?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just can't help think of, like, just imagining you, like, I'm just so glad that you're in a better situation now, and like this is.
Am I in a better situation? Because
no, like,
she's fucking
like,
because she's fucking stalking me.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. Sorry.
I was having manic episodes at school. They had to fucking haul me out in handcuffs because the things I was just saying in front of faculty were so alarming. And then I was put in the hospital. I was committed into a psychiatric ward. And I was there for a year. And you know what? I flourished in the hospital. I flourished once I was no longer under that roof. Once I was no longer beholden to, like, my father or my sister. Once I was no longer, like, under either of their thumbs, I fucking flourished. I went from being 14, worst year of my fucking life. 15, while it was I spent the entirety of age 15 in the hospital. I got shortly after I turned 16. That was probably the best year of my life. I flourished. Things were so much better. It was so much better not being constantly screamed at or groped all the fucking time. It was such a relief to tell, like, the staff at the hospital something and be believed. When I got into an altered, like, when one of the other patients tried to fucking rob me, I just told the staff, and I was believed, and I was like, this is an entirely new experience. No one ever believes me.
Oh my god, that's. Thank God someone listened to you.
My father used to claim that, like, when I was, it's like, you know, my father always liked to claim that he could always catch me in a lie. But that's a false assertion, because he always assumed I was lying and then decided he was right. But the truth is, I didn't lie. I never lied to my father. There was no point. There's no point in lying. He was gonna accuse me of lying anyway. I may as well just tell him the truth. And then be accused of lying. Because his metric for what was the truth and what was a lie was based on what validated what he already wanted to believe. And what he wanted to believe was that I was a troublemaker. He wanted to believe that I was out to get him. That all of my acts of defiance were a personally malicious attack against him.
course, a parent would like him will view his child as like a rival rather than him as an actual as a child.
I was a
Jesus
threat to
Christ.
his authority in his castle. That's
Yeah.
what I was. That's what I was to him. And so,
How
if
dare you
anything
stand
said
up for
about
yourself.
me made me look, if there was anything said about me that made me look good, it was written off as a lie, and if it made me look bad, it was believed. Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Hmm.
I hope she gets behind bars or trips down some stairs, or both. Yeah. Yeah, I hope she
Same.
does. I hope she fucking does.
I'll get me mallet out. You okay?
Yeah. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have said any of that.
It's okay. It's fine.
No, it's not okay. People are going to grab onto that, and they're going to push it as a new narrative, and I should have just taken that foot to my fucking grave.
Then they're not important. You're important. Your pain is important.
Yeah, but they use my pain to hurt me. That's the problem.
I'm here for you.
What the hell did I do to make so many people, even my own family, hate me so much? I told my mother about all this a couple weeks ago. I actually got an apology from her. The
Oh,
first person to ever apologize for how they treated me.
oh my God. Oh, Lily, that's wonderful.
I don't know if she ever told if she told my father any of this. If she did, then well, I haven't heard anything. But I doubt I'm ever getting an apology from him. He likes to believe he never did anything wrong. He likes to believe he was the one dealing with insanity from everyone. But that was the environment he created in that house.
I'm sorry if I'm not saying anything helpful. Like,
No, it's all right. It's all right. You don't have to be helpful. I mean, I'm not looking for a. I have therapists. I didn't really mean to get into all of this, but Maybe they take the VOD immediately down after the stream ends. Yeah, probably. I wonder if there's actually a setting to not save the VOD. See, if I unpublish it and then go back to the stream manager. Okay. Thanks, Kika. Sorry for dumping all this on you. It's just...
No, it's
well,
okay.
name another YouTuber who's had their entire personal life dumped onto the internet against their will. Or rather,
Yeah.
a twisted version of their personal life.
Mm.
Although this is interesting. It's like, how's the disability funds treating you? I'm not on disability. I have a qualifying disability. I have a disability that qualifies for disability, but I make too much money. I make too much money to get disability.
Yeah, I'm on disability myself because I get more money that way.
Hmm?
I'm on disability myself because I make more money that way.
Yeah. What disability?
Oh, my autism.
Oh. Get it, girl?
Yeah. I get like 1,000 each month.
You're not someone who's worked out a lot of positive impacts on people's life, mine included. Thanks.
Definitely. You certainly made a positive impact on mine.
Thanks, Lola.
God, I wish I could just bear hug you right now.
You want to know the craziest part?
What?
I think I was like maybe 27 or so. But before Courtney fucking resurfaced, I was starting to think maybe I could forgive her for all of that. Because, you know, she was like 13. Something had to have been going on. But now, fuck no. Courtney is a sad, pathetic woman who I think comforted herself on her terrible life decisions on the basis that, at the very least, no matter how bad she was doing, I was probably doing worse. And then she found out I wasn't doing worse, and it fucking enraged her.
Venomous snake.
Snake. She is so dishonest. She lies about everything. That woman has not told a fucking that woman has not told the truth in her fucking life.
And you don't have people like that. No one does.
And then she goes and does this. What's in front of you right now? She pokes holes in her own story because she has to gloat. She just has to gloat. This third line here. Our father said more behind your back than to your face that you're the one we actually care about, Courtney. Like, how do you write those words and still think sane, reasonable people will believe you when you say that, like, when you say you begged our parents to, like, kick me out and they wouldn't? How do you do that? You can't detail the ways in which I was abused in that fucking house and then turn around and claim that they protected me. When I came back from the hospital, I fixed a padlock onto my bedroom door. And it was to keep Courtney out. Courtney wanted a lock on her door and she got one. I had to fix a padlock to my fucking door in order to keep that creature out. I said to my father it was to keep the dog out. And he was like, "Well, why do you need this kind of a lock? Just like because like the door wouldn't close. The door wouldn't close properly. It's like, well, why do you need a padlock? Why it's like just like screw like a small latch to it to keep the dog out? It's like because and like the truth was, it wasn't to keep the dog out. It was to keep Courtney out. If they left us alone in the house, I would leave. I would just go for a walk, or I would just go to Ethan's. When I became friends with Ethan, Ethan's house became a place I could just go to be safe from the both of them. I wouldn't be alive today if it hadn't been for Ethan. I honestly think if I had answered that email she sent me before she went on the warpath, only bad things would have happened to me. Anyway, sorry for trauma dumping like that.
It's fine. It's totally fine.
No,
You've had as much as you need.
I still feel like I should apologize anyway, as a courtesy.
Mm.
That was a lot to drop on all of you very suddenly, and I'm sorry about that.